Welcome to my channel. You might follow me, I don't know, on my business page, which is Raina Candles. So I started Raina Candles in October 2020. I have gotten a good bit of follow. Well, like some people 4K might not be a lot, but for me it is. So thank you for following me and welcome to my YouTube. I'm going to post other things as well, but I had another YouTube channel and I decided to just, I was just like, oh, I don't want to leave, I need to do something else. So I want to start from scratch. I have 0 subscribers at the minute, so please subscribe. So I asked my followers on my business page, Raina Candles. This has been questions from February and March, and then there's also a most recent one I did. So these are questions regarding small businesses, how I started, especially during a pandemic, and tips and tricks and everything else. So I'm just gonna spill the tea on small businesses. First question I was asked is, how did you have the courage to start your own business? I don't think it was courage. I think it was very much, it just happened. I know it sounds so stupid, but it just kind of happened. I wanted these figure candles so bad, and I saw them all over Pinterest, and I was like, I really want them. And I couldn't find them in Ireland. I was looking at Etsy, and there was loads in England, so I was like, oh my god, the shipping was €40 altogether. So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna spend that. So I was like, you know what, I'll just buy the mold, buy the wax, and I'll make it for myself. So I made one for myself, and then I decided to make a few more. I got a few followers, and I eventually was like, oh, okay, maybe this is something. So I started to look into colours for my brand or whatever. I did not expect it to be where it is now. I honestly thought it would flop. I didn't believe in myself, but yeah, I'm delighted how it went. I remember getting DMs being like, when are you selling them? When are you going to start to sell them? So I sent one out to an influencer. She had 16,000 at the time, and she loved the candle. She kept showing it off, and I was really scared that she wasn't going to, and I was like, oh, that's just going to be a waste of a candle. But I sent one to her and I got a good bit of traction. So once I started getting a few followers, people kept DMing asking when they can buy a candle. I did a soft launch where I got 25 boxes from Tiger. Literally, they were the most mismatched boxes. I didn't even have a proper branding or anything. I just got these glittery red and glittery green and just the plain brown ones boxes from Tiger, and printed out Raina, print stick, and put the glue on them, and then I was like, yeah, I'm taking orders now. I had 25 boxes bought, and within 10-15 minutes my DMs were full of people wanting to buy them, and they were wanting to buy more than one. So at that time I had pre-made the candles, so it was good for me. But yeah, I don't think it was courage. I just think it was the time. If I wanted to perfect this brand, it'll stop me from taking action. So I was just like, right, I'm just gonna go for it and see what happens. And that's what I did. Next question is, I'm about to launch my own small business. Tips for starting out. I would say big #1 tip that I wish I knew was keep receipts. Keep on top of your finances, because once it comes to taxes, oh my god, it's a nightmare. I hate maths, so that was the nightmare for me. The second one would just be, I think it's important to get brand awareness. I think it's more important to start building relationships rather than having a high brand awareness, because it's all well and good that you're getting followers and stuff, but if them followers are not buying, then what's the point? You're not getting anything from it. There's no return on investment. Definitely build relationships at the start. I have customers that bought from within my first 2 weeks, the first few customers, they're still buying now. So I really nourish them relationships. If I see them again, I'll write a note and pop in something extra. I just think it's so nice even for them to be like, oh, she remembers me. Build relationships at the start, finances, and oh yeah, register as a sole trader or register your company. How do you find supplies to start up any business? Google. Literally, Google is your friend. Everything I have learned up to now has been Google. How do you do this? How do you do that? Where do I go? Where do I blah blah blah? If you want to start making clothes or something, there are manufacturers that do that. There is Alibaba, there's AliExpress. If you want hoodies and stuff, there's a load of brands that will send you blank clothes or whatever. There's Fruit of the Loom, there's Gilded. They do blank sweatshirts and crew necks and t-shirts, and then if you have like a logo or design, you can easily just screen print it, or other ways. Like, there's so many ways of getting supplies of any business. Google is your friend, so do with that information as you will. How do you schedule your day? I don't schedule my day. Like, I'm so bad, and like I'm so scared to get burnout because of it. I have a planner, so I'm the type of person that I like to make lists. I like to write things down so I know what's important. But with my candles and stuff and getting orders out, I've been very much, if I'm ready to ship but an order comes in and I'm like, oh, I can do it, I'll make that order. I don't have the boundaries, and I don't have like a set time of when I start and when I finish. I'm very much like, I need to do this because I have time, I can do it. My therapist actually told me like to implement the system, which I am going to now, is to have a traffic light system. The green is good, and like they're just customers that just ordered, and then the orange yellow light is just, you know, customers who've ordered a day or two ago. You need to make them and you need to get them shipped out. And then red is like, you need to, this is urgent. Anyone who messages and is like, hey, I need this for whatever date, they go up to the red. But then if you just get an order, they go to the green. So it's just in order of importance, if they're all in the same line, rather than, unless someone like specifies I need this now, and they go up to the red. So I think that's a better way for me, because I do have it on my website that it takes 5 to 7 days for my orders to ship before they ship, because I make them like they're hand poured individually and they're customized. So you need to give me that breathing space, because I have a postgrad. I'm doing my postgrad at the minute, so on top of that I have my candles, and I just need to be able to balance it out. So usually I would schedule my day would be like, wake up, make a candle, have my breakfast, or do a workout and then have my breakfast, make another candle. Now I kind of split my days between just making candles, just packaging, and then doing admin. It has really helped me, because I'm the kind of person that someone will DM me at like late at night and I'll reply back. Like, I just need to do the traffic light system and implement what's important and what's like, you know, it can wait. Give yourself that time, because as a one person, I'm wearing multiple hats. Like, I'm the customer service agent, I'm the producer, I'm the marketing, I'm doing sales, and it gets a lot, so I need that time, and I need to see my schedule properly in case of burnout or whatever. Next one is tips for establishing strong branding for your small business. I would say definitely have a consistent colors. When you're doing your logo and stuff like that, you can see what colors you're using. If you're going to get your logo made, ask the designer, or even if you're doing it yourself, find the colors and stick to them colors consistently. So mine are like purple, cream, sometimes like a brown, and then like a gold. I use them colors consistently throughout. I would say get a stamp. That is the best way to brand anything. You just need stamp and an ink and you can brand anything. At the start I used to hand stamp all of my tissue paper so I could wrap them up nicely and it's lovely and branded, rather than buying the paper. And like, I bought branded paper with my logo on it and it cost me €150, and then I had to pay tax on top of that. Like, buy a stamp, buy some ink, you can get that in eSense or anything like that. So yeah, custom stamp. Actually, I will put a screenshot here of where I got mine. Yeah, I just stamp everything. Stamp the boxes, stamp the envelopes, I don't know, like, stamp your heart away. Get a little tramp stamp of your brand logo onto your back. Stamp. Stickers. I get my stickers done by Digital Printing Ireland, I think. They do a good few batches and you just upload your logo and they send it out within like 2 days. But recently I did get new stickers for my sets, and I got them done by Sarah Doyle Design, so I will put her stuff here. She did a really good job. I literally just told her, these are the quotes I want to use, can you design something? And she designed them for me. I loved them. My customers are loving them, so definitely check her out if you're going to do stickers. And yeah, so I definitely think they're the good ways to establish a strong branding for your small business. Be consistent with your voice. Have a strong, consistent voice on all social media platforms. Like, people would say hashtags. I don't really. I just like when people tag me, and then that's good enough for me. But yes, stamp, stickers, and a consistent voice. How do you handle people asking for gifting / working together? Is it worth it? I have been approached by a lot of like micro influencers, and by micro influencers I'm talking about people who have less than 3,000 followers. Usually it's like less than 10,000, which is considered micro. They reach out to me and be like, hey, I love your candles, blah, 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 we can hope we can collab and stuff like that. And I'm like, you haven't bought any of my candles. If you were a true supporter, you'd buy my candles. Like, why would I give you a free candle if I don't see that you actually like the product? Like, I know I sent one to an influencer, but she had like 16k and that was gonna help me. If you have less followers than me and you haven't bought my candles or you haven't engaged, especially girls or guys who literally just followed me and then they send me a DM straight away and was like, hey, I love your candles, I'd love to advertise them, I'd love to create content for you. You literally just followed me. Why? Like, it's not like you were a consistent follower and you've been buying my candles and stuff like that. So, especially because I know other small business owners, we kind of talk about it, and like, this girl messaged me this. I'm like, oh my god, that exact same girl did that to me too. If you just followed me and you're asking me to give you free product, it just screams like but I do think reaching out to micro-influencers who have a similar following than you, and by micro-influencers I'm talking about people, okay, I know I said 3,000 followers, I'm talking about influencers who have probably like under 20k, under 50k followers. They're very good as well. If you have similar audiences and their audience has similar values to yours, they'll most likely buy your product. Whereas if you go to someone with 100,000 followers, they might not have as high of an engagement as someone who has 16, 20, 50 followers, 50,000 followers. You know, some of them buy followers. Next question. Do you plan to, I can't even read my own handwriting. Do you plan to add other products other than candles? At the minute, with the rate my orders are coming in, I can't, unless they're like pre-made product, homeware. I am trying to see if I can maybe get into homeware and stuff and see what like products or people are interested in getting. That'll be fun. But yeah, for now it's just candles, it's just naked titties and boobies and asses. And the last question I'll answer is the best way to advertise your small business. The best way to advertise would be Facebook Ad Manager, because that will show your ads on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, so definitely do have a Google, have a search, get yourself familiar with Ad Manager, because you're more likely to get a bigger reach than the other ones. Make sure you target your audience properly, sharing. As I said before, it's better to build relationships than to have a high brand awareness. I definitely think high brand awareness is not as important as building relationships, especially at the start. Your best advertisers are your friends and family. Word of mouth is better than 3-4 ads, you know, because the amount of people that start following me when someone shares my candle, when they tag me in it and they share it, I get a good few followers, I get a good few sales. So definitely encourage your clients, your customers to share and tag you. It just builds a better trust. Ads Manager, Facebook Ads Manager, word of mouth, sharing and tagging, building relationships with the other small businesses. You can like trade, you can do giveaways together. I did a good giveaway with my friends. We did a good giveaway because we all had small businesses, so it was really nice. That is it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned some fun tips and tricks on how to start a small business during a pandemic. If you have any more questions, you can ask me in the comments. You can also ask me on DM. So my personal Instagram is Samantha Tabasco, or follow Raina Candles for all your body candle needs. Thank you, and please subscribe.